back to you from Cross Country Garage, Arizona edition. Well, we made the trip back from New Jersey to Arizona, and with the 78 G10 van, everything went well. We will make another video on that, but just wanted to introduce my next project here. It's a 1949 Mercury Coupe. I've owned the car for some years now, and I've driven it and enjoyed it and everything else. And it's a very original car. I do have the original flathead, but it's not in it. However, I do have a 292 Ford Y-block engine in it right now, which I'm selling. And I have a fella coming over today to check it out. It's still in the vehicle. I want to get it running today. And this way I could show him that it runs, give it a good clean bill of health. This way, this is how we roll. The motor I am going to put in it is buried in this little pile here. The garage was a mess, sorry. Just a 302 long block assembly, all rebuilt and everything. And I am looking for a 5-speed manual trans, a T5. To put in it with it, because I like to shift gears, but I'm sure I'll find one. But on the stand over here, I do have a an AOD trans, which I sourced for the project a while ago, but I just don't think it's very American of me to put an automatic in the car when its whole life it's been a manual trans car, and that's what I like. All right, well, I'm going to get this rolled out and we will keep hitting back on this video. And we're back. Well, I had the fella come over, and he decided that he would like to purchase this engine, and he's going to use it in a Ford pickup truck for his father. And the original engine that would go in that would be the same Y block and everything. So it's pretty cool to sell this and have a little bit of money for the swap, as well as find a good home for the engine. This way I don't have to put it in the corner and everything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start tearing this down, and it's pretty easy to unbolt the stuff and everything. I'm going to start with the exhaust and some of the other hookups and everything else, and I will be checking back in and out, but the premises of this video will be more or less for what I'm doing to install a 302 in it, which is more modern V8 and everything, and that's pretty much what I would say 90% of people are going to be doing anyway. So, all right, well, let me start wrenching here. All right, guys, welcome back. I have pretty much everything undone on the top side of the engine. I am going to be pulling this out complete as I can, because I'm going to be handing it over to someone who is looking to have the motor as complete as possible, so he knows everything's there. But I gotta we have to take this big giant hood off, and got my girlfriend with us. That's Jerry. Say hello.
Hi.
And we got the see if you can note it, the big bitch here. So what we're gonna do is we're going to hook the because we have just me and Jerry here and this big giant hood. We're gonna hook the cherry picker up to the front of it, and that's gonna be like our third person. But I just want to show my buddy Scott with Cross Country Garage how we roll here. We don't use no darn crank handles. We use pneumatics. Now look at that. How cool is that? Anyway, some old fellow we met, we were buying a Model A body. He had one of these, and he told me that we got it at he got it at the Harbor Freight, And lo and behold, my cylinder was bad on mine, and it was just maybe a $20 upgrade, and we got this. So works pretty good. All right, we're gonna start removing that hood. Back again. So I got everything all taken care of under the car. All the mounts and the cables and everything to the overdrive, the starter wire, just a bunch of little things under there and everything. But we're all ready to get a chain on here and get this pulled off. But just, you know, simple little tips and everything. It's just, you know, what I do is I just take a real bright flashlight, and I just go around the whole perimeter of the engine, and kind of like making sure there's no little force field in between the car and the engine, meaning something that, you know, once you get hooked up and everything, you start lifting the motor out, and there you go, you're stuck. So just want to make sure that everything is all handled on that end, and we're probably going to be doing this by myself. My girlfriend had to go to bed. She works early mornings, and right now it's past her bedtime, so Kevin's in the garage by himself. But I've pulled motors out of this car a few different times, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we'll check back, and hopefully within the half hour or hour, we're gonna show you an empty hole here where this engine was. All right. Got the motor up in the air here. Everything's going well. Everything looks like it's clearing, and should have this out real soon. I was just letting some of the stuff drip dry. Some extra water's coming out of the block here and everything. I just don't feel like getting all over the floor. I did put drip pans on the floor. And a little tip, if you, it's a little bit of a sloppy way to do it, but if you want to pull the, if you're going to be lazy like me today, because it's about 110 degrees out in Arizona, I didn't feel like pulling the drive shaft out, you know, jacking the car up in the back and doing everything else and all that, blah, blah, blah. So what I did was, because I wanted to drain it anyway, I drained the manual gear case into a pan, which is right here. This way, when you pull the engine forward and the tail shaft comes out of the transmission, it's gonna leak very minimal. But I did put drip pans down throughout the bottom of the car. This way it will catch whatever drips that want to follow me out of this thing. So just a little tech tip. Yes, it's not the right way to do it, but you know what? In the heat, we get a little lazy here and there. So, all right, check back in soon. Well, here's the engine. 292 Y block, around a 63, 64 model. Stock Merc trans, hose bolt up to it. That Offenhauser adapter. Just got to take the clutch parts off of this, and this engine will be ready to be taken of delivery. And here's the empty hole I was talking about. I made a bolt-in style motor mounts for a Y block for this. Worked out great, and I usually weld in all my mounts and stuff like that, but I really didn't want to take this car to the Never Ever Land where I'd have to like grind off welds and all that if I wanted to change over the motor, which I was like, well, this will be the last motor. No, now we're going 302. So who knows? This car's had so many motors in it, and it's just unbelievable. I just keep changing my mind. But I think the 302 is going to work real good. I'm thinking about putting a T5 5-speed behind it so I could keep the stick shift. And I'm also going to put a different rear end in it with some good highway gears on it. Right now this has like some type of strange 488 gear ratio because of the straight flathead V8, which had very low horsepower, and this car weighs a ton. So it needed that type of gear ratio, plus it had the overdrive in the trans. So this was pretty much tapped out at like 60 miles an hour. So anyway, well, this is gonna go back in the hole for a while, the car, and we will get back to it and start on it. But you know what, in video land we're going to edit it and you're not going to miss a thing. But hopefully it's a little cooler out when we're putting the engine in. Have a good night, guys.